locker room was it was a little different, you know, and it was nice, it was scary, but then it wasn't scary, you know. I only got into it with one guy in the locker room.
Please tell.
And that was Mr. Bob Harley.
Bob
Harley, yes.
Oh.
And let me tell you this, man. At the time, I did not know I was into something. Because I'm sitting in the locker room, dressing, Bob's sitting on the other end, and I'm talking to Sean O'Hara and Chuck Palumbo, and we just joking around because we was in WCW together.
Right.
Now we in the WWE locker room together. And like before, we always joke around. They say, hey, Cap, he'll grab your leg, and he'll grab you from the back. You can't do any of that karate stuff. So we just joke. I'm saying, oh, man, come on, I see a beat both of you guys. Out of the blue, I hear a voice say, hey, I'm going to come down there and find out if that karate is real.
Really?
Yeah, I swear. I never said anything to this guy before. I've never said anything to this guy before. Why did he want to pick on me? But anyway, I looked at Chuck, who had worked with me. I said, all you got to do is to ask these guys. They'll tell you how fast I am. And then he was like, no. I mean, I'm going to come down there and find out if that karate is real. So I looked him in the eyes, and I had a smile on my face, and I said, don't let this smile fool you. Come on down here. He didn't come down. He stayed in the seat, you know? And I still left out of there with a smile on my face, feeling the same way. We never got into anything else until I started hearing stories like this was his way of testing you in the locker room.
Yeah, Bob was an interesting guy that way because he was almost like the gatekeeper of the locker room. Like if you could get over with Bob Holly, then everyone else would follow, even the top guys. Because Bob was very crotchety, shall we say, at times. So.
And see, I didn't know that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize I was being tested. Somebody was trying to, you know. But, you know, I'm a bully too. In the
Right.
Yeah.
Who did you wrestle with when you were there? Did you have some feuds that you remember?
Man, I don't remember anything. It's a blur. You know, like I said, I just remember, I forgot about the Royal Rumble.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah.
I forgot I was sitting there. I was like, Chris, you okay? You sure it was me? Or was it the other black guy? No. But to me, like wrestling, I can't remember any of the guys that I wrestled. I just know I had a career in the business. And I worked with everybody, you know, so that means more to me than a win or a loss, you know.
Sure, of course.
I was able to work my way in the business 5 years, 6 years, and I was 35 when I came in, so I was kind of old. Yeah. And here I am learning something totally new, and I'm meeting guys, and not knowing what I'm doing at all, but now I look back and some people look at me and say, hey, you're a legend. Hey, I like what you did for us. I like what you did for wrestling. Then I look at myself now, and it's hard to believe that we got people in here who listening to me talking about wrestling. I'm on your show talking about wrestling.
Right.
And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that I touch people in the way back in the old, at that time where I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of love the business, thought he made the business a little better.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's very cool. Let's talk about a wrestling movie, because most wrestling movies aren't good. The only two good ones are Dark Match and, of course, The Wrestler, just an amazing movie, which you had a very big role in. And I was very surprised to see you because it was just very random. But what a great part that you had, and what a great movie and a great character you played.
I almost got beat up 2 times. The Iron Sheik was going to kill me because he swore I stole his gimmick. I was like, Sheik, I did not know that was your gimmick. They just said, here, this is
He was mad at you for being the Ayatollah?
He was mad, man. I mean, we was doing the autograph signing, and I was standing all the way on the end, and he was on the other end. And I heard him down there. If you ever been to those things, he's real loud.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I heard him down there curse. He was going there, so I'm just signing my autograph. And then next thing you know, this kid walked by and he asked me for my autograph. Then he wanted me to sign the Ayatollah. And when I signed that, he said, the Iron Sheik. I said, what is he doing down there? He said, he's cursing someone. I said, who? He said, you. I said, oh, he's talking about me. So I said, okay, wait. And I wasn't going to do anything. I got up, I I told the guy I got to go to the bathroom. So as soon as I walked up on him, he had his back turned, and he was cursing, just going at it. Then as soon as he turned around, he said, oh, hey,
Well, you know, I used to be called the Ayatollah of rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
So fuck you. But how did you get that part?
Man, it was so funny, man. You know, I was out in L.A., and I had just finished doing a karate movie called Blood and Bones. No, yeah, Blood and Bones with Michael Jackson. I had just finished doing that movie, and then I was like, let me try to get another one. So I couldn't get anything, so I went home. And next thing you know, I get a call from my manager, said they want you to come to New York. They got a wrestling movie. I'm like, what, they want me to play a wrestler? I said, yeah. I said, I don't want to do that. And then my wife, she was my girlfriend then, she said, you need to go out there and just see what it's about.
Right.
So I flew out there, and then I had to fly my own self out there. They didn't even want to fly me out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what kind of bullcrap movie is this? So I called up one of my friends, somebody I talk to all the time, good friend, you may know him, just to get a little advice. Should I pay my way out there? How should I approach this? And I called Goldberg.
Okay, right.
And I told Goldberg what was going on. I said, they want me to fly. He said, absolutely not. If they want you to come out there, they're first class, you tell them you want this, you want that. Man, he would ask for all kinds of stuff. I said, I'm not that big of a star, so I got a coach ticket, and I threw myself out there.
So you had an audition?
I did. And I went in, man, and the first guy I read was Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
Yeah, because Nicolas Cage was playing the part that...
Mickey Rourke played.
Yeah,
Richard's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, yes. And one day, 2 days in the ring, Nicolas Cage said, I don't want to work this hard. I remember saying, I don't want to work this hard on the movie.
Really?
Yeah, so they said, Cat, can you stay? The director, can you stay for another 2 days? We want you to read with somebody else. So I said, okay, yeah. So anyway, I stayed there. They called me into the hotel. They called me back into the casting room, the studio, and they said, he'll be here in a minute. And then the door opened, and DDP walked in. I mean, Mickey Rourke. So, don't tell me. Can you take that out? Edit that out, please. So, he came in, man, and we read, and he said, hey, man, this guy's a natural. He really stood up. He said, this guy's a natural. So this is going to be good. So throughout the whole movie, man, we worked at WCW, big studio, all these cameras around, Vince McMahon, all these WWE, all the cameras, the best of the best.
Right.
Man, this guy had like one boom, one camera, making a movie. I was like, man, this is sick. And then they started to talk about this movie going to win an Academy Award.
Right.
And we hadn't even finished the movie. I was like, why are they saying that, you know?
Yeah.
But working with Mickey in the ring, man, he worked his butt out. He worked real hard to get that part. And he wanted the movie to bring him back.
Right.
But have you ever seen Mickey move?
Yeah.
He's not that athletic. He's
Right.
not, you know, but he's just hard. You know, he wanted to do all this over the road stuff and slide in and stuff. I said, Mick, you don't have to do that. Let's just keep it real simple. You know, so he worked real hard.
No, but he really, like you said, he really methoded that part as far as his body, the way that, you know, his hair, like you mentioned, all of that stuff. He was really into it.
And I was into it too. I know my wife was here, but this is a good story. So it was a scene where he was supposed to meet Marissa Tomei.
Right.
That was his girlfriend, his love. And we were supposed to be in the strip club, like, you know, we've been to many strip clubs before.
I've only heard about strip clubs.
I'm sorry, sweetie. So the scene was Mickey is facing me and my back is to the stage, where right behind me is Marissa Tomei dancing nude with nothing on. So we had a conversation, and the conversation is supposed to led to Mickey Rourke making eye contact with Marissa. First time. So I'm looking at him, and for some reason I kept doing this. And they kept saying, cut, cat, don't look back. You're not supposed to look back. He's supposed to make eye contact first. Okay, I'm sorry. But that turned out, man, working with her was just incredible too. I don't think she got no credit, but she did a great job in that movie.
So when you said when you were filming it, you didn't think it was going to really amount to much. How surprised were you with how it turned out and the reaction that it got?
It was kind of strange because I had a friend that worked in CBS called me because they were inviting me to all this stuff, man. The Canadian Film Festival, all this stuff, man, all the way to Italy, and I just wasn't going because I was through. I gave them the part of me that I thought was good. And you know, Darren, the director, is a great director, man.
Right.
I mean, at the end, it's an end part. And I hate to get off that subject, but I forget this too.
Okay.
It's an end part to where I'm laying on the floor, laying on the mat, and Mickey is supposed to jump off the rope. And it was supposed to be the last time he did a little splash.
Yeah.
And he was having a heart attack. So I'm laying on the floor, and first of all, Darren pulled me to the side. He looked me down. He said, "Cap, this is why we hired you. You got to make Mickey look like a wrestler, and you got to make this part believable." And I said, "What part is it?" He said, "This is the last thing they'll see in the movie. If they don't believe you, the whole movie is fucked up."
Wow.
And I was like, "What?" And I said, "Well," he said, "Let's go." So he put me on the floor. I'm on the floor waiting to be in position for Mickey to land on me. And no Mickey over me, it's just Darren looking down at me like this. And this how they shot it. And the camera over his shoulder, looking down, he kept saying, "Come on, Cat, you got to care for him. You got to care for him." And I was saying, "Don't do it, Mickey. Don't do it. We gave him enough. We gave him enough." I just kept saying, he said, "You got to get more. Next thing you know, man, this guy was pulling something out of me that I did not know I had in there. I had the emotion like I cared for somebody I didn't know. And when the movie was done and it was out, one of my karate students said, "Hey, we went to see that movie, The Wrestler, that you was in. And it made me cry the whole time." I said, "Why? Was it that sad?" She said, "Yes, it was very sad. Even your part made me cry." So then when I realized I did the job, and thanks to Darren.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great story. So did you? So that's the question, the eternal question.
Yeah.
Does he die at the end? Was that Darren was saying that's what happened?
Man, listen. They say he make all his movies like that. He leave them open.
Yeah, he does.
But I got a couple of calls from Mickey, and Mickey had said, "You know, they talking about this." I was like, "We too old. How we gonna play?" We said, "Really real." Yeah. So he talked about doing a 2, and we just had to wait and see, man. But like I was saying, I didn't find out the movie was doing well until one of my friends at CBS called me and said, "Hey, what was the name of that little movie you was in?" I said, "The Wrestler." And he said, "That movie is doing well. It's winning all the film festivals." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, it's doing well. One of the best movies out."
Wow. You should have went to the Oscars. Could have showed up at the Oscars.
You know what happened? I should have, but in Atlanta, this big restaurant gave me my own Oscar party. So I was able to share with my friends and everything. So
that's great.
I had a great time.